If I could increase your sales by 3%, would you hire me? What if I offered proof that I could improve sales about 16%? Would you give me a job? How about if research showed my working for you could lead to increased sales of 34% and in some cases over 100%? Would you hire me then? Let me make the offer a little more attractive. I will work for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I never call in sick. I won't steal from you. I'm never late to work. While you're home enjoying your family, I'll be out in front of your business communicating with the public, attracting 80% of the passing mobile market, spending a moment with each potential customer, telling him or her who you are, where you are, and what goods and services you offer, effectively increasing your sales and profits from 3% to over 100% in some cases. And I'll do it all for less than $20 a day. Now will you hire me? Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. I'm a sign. That's right, a sign, and those statistics are real. The University of San Diego conducted a 2-year survey of 187 businesses and their signage. They concluded that adding any sign to a business would increase gross sales by 3%. Now 3% may not sound like much, but it could be the difference between a business that's profitable and one that isn't. The survey also determined that the addition of a pole sign, however, would increase gross sales by about 16%. And there is other data we'll share with you that demonstrates the right use of signage can increase sales in excess of 30% and in some areas over 100%. In fact, over 30 years of research tells us that in order to grow and maintain a successful business, you must have effective signage. Therefore, today, we're going to look at the value of signage, what impact it has on the bottom line, and what is the best sign for your business. When we talk about the value of signage, the first thing to discuss is the fact that most people don't value it. Signs are so commonplace that people take them for granted. In fact, the research tells us that if you're like most small business owners, you're probably thinking one of 3 things. My customers already know where I am, so I don't need a sign. I already have a sign, so what's this got to do with me? Signs? You've got to be kidding. Signage can't make my business profitable. These are the 3 biggest assumptions small business owners make when it comes to signage. They are fatal flaws, which have a negative effect on your bottom line. Since these misconceptions are so detrimental to your success, let's deal with them one at a time. My customers already know where I am. Research indicates that 85% of your customers live or work within a 5-mile radius of your business. But according to the U.S. Census Bureau, 18.6% of the population relocates every year, which means some of the customers who already know where you are moving out. Every year you are losing customers and you must replace them with new customers moving in just to break even. Who is in business just to break even? If you only want to sustain your business, then just maintain your customer base. But if you want to grow your business, you must increase your customer base. The quickest, easiest, and most economical way to attract new customers is with signage. I already have a sign. Well, if you already have a sign, then you're ahead of the game. But is it the right kind of sign? Is it visible, conspicuous? More importantly, is it effective? Is it working as hard for you as it can? We'll show you the difference between a sign and a sign that works. Can a sign really be the difference between the success and failure of a business? The answer is yes. Signage. It's not sexy. It's not glamorous. It just works. The information we have gathered comes from the academic world, such as the University of San Diego study you heard earlier, the signage industry, experts in their field, successful businesses with proven track records, and Dr. James Claus. Dr. Claus is a graduate of Stanford University with degrees in urban land economics, real estate finance and analysis, and urban geography. He was an associate professor at the University of British Columbia, and he is the founder and current president of the Signage Foundation. Yes, there is a Signage Foundation, a nonprofit organization that studies the effects of on-premise signage and other place-based communication and design systems. Let us explain how Dr. Claus became the world's foremost authority on signage. In the late 1960s, the Canadian government eyed some land for development. Only problem was there was already a business on that site. As in the United States, when the government wants to take land for public use, they have to pay for it. The government saw a small business on a worthless piece of land and appraised the property at $75,000. However, the landowner argued that it was worth several times that amount. They needed the independent appraisal of an expert. They went to the university and asked Dr. Claus to determine an equitable value for the property. Through his research, Dr. Claus discovered that this Esso station was pumping 8 times the amount of gas as other stations. He wondered why this particular gas station was generating that kind of volume over stations of comparable size and location. The reason? The sign. It was the one significant difference between this gas station and all the rest. This sign was the difference between normal sales volume and 8 times the normal sales volume. And that is the value of signage. To further demonstrate this, the government, which originally appraised the property at $75,000, ended up paying the landowner $405,000, and all because of Dr. Claus's findings. Since this initial introduction into the world of signage, Dr. Claus has spent more than 30 years studying how signage directly impacts a business's success. We all know the adage, the 3 most important things in real estate are location, location, location. What Dr. Claus discovered is that the value of your business is not determined by its location, but by the number of people that stop, come inside, and do business with you at that location. And the main reason they do that is because of your sign, the value of which is determined by how well it does the ABCs. Attracts new customers, brands the business site, creates impulse sales. Attracts new customers. A 5-year survey of over 400 businesses and more than 6,000 customers was conducted. These businesses had just installed a new sign, and the customers surveyed were there for the first time. The first-time customers were asked, "How did you learn about us?" Almost half, 49%, said the reason they came through the door was because of the sign. Remember, to grow a business, you need to grow your customer base. Brands the business site. Signs build top-of-the-mind awareness. Let me show you how this works. What company first comes to mind when you think of each of the following? Hamburgers, coffee, ice cream, and home improvement materials. Chances are you thought of these. Your sign should brand your site as well as these signs do, so that your business first comes to the mind of your customers. Remember, 85% of your customers live or work within a 5-mile radius of your business. Each of these customers passes your business 10 times a month. A good sign can help you become as effective as these in your trade area.